Hello and welcome to another episode of Season 2 of our Pot of Coffee podcast. We're your hosts, Bruce and Brooklyn, and this is Pot of Coffee.
What's going on, everybody? It's been a while, but we've been working on some good things and making things a lot better, and I hope you enjoyed episode 1 of Season 2 with Green Slave Gaming, Mr. Bill Blunt. That was a real fun episode.
It was. And we have another exciting guest who is an oldie but a goodie, and we love having him on every single time. You guys know him as Marty from Marty's Gaming and Such, or Robin the Hood. Yep. Here he is. Marty!
How's everybody doing tonight?
How are you doing? What's going on there?
I'm just hanging in there, been doing a little bit of upgrading. I was hoping to get back into the streaming a little bit sooner, but I'm just trying not to rattle my brain and get just extinguished with wanting to do it, so...
I got kind of into the show today. This is kind of, interesting facts about the world that we live in. And the number one fact is actually something that I thought was kind of cool, that there's two countries in the world that you cannot buy Coca-Cola products.
Interesting.
What do you think are the two countries?
India. Afghanistan.
See, I'm going to go with anywhere that has a military base in that country is going to serve American stuff. But that's only because I've been places. I'm going to say it's going to be that island that if you show up in a boat, they spear you and shit because people can't go there because that's like a country. And then I'm going to go with, because even out in the bush,
you can't pick a place that it doesn't have any beverages.
Yeah, I can because they still got water,
Cheater.
so that's a beverage. I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to really seriously think about it.
Well, think about it. There is one country that they don't allow anything.
North Korea.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yep.
What other country did they forbid any American products, which is why to this day, they still only have cars from the 50s? Cuba. Yep.
I bet you they have Coke in North Korea.
Well, there's a reasoning.
I bet you they do. No, because
I bet you Kim Jong has it.
Well, half of the people from Seoul work actually over the border, and there's a shared factory. And so many people from North Korea come over into South Korea and work, and so many South Koreans go over there and work. So there's some kind of trade system with employees or something. So there's Coke over there. Don't you know what I mean?
I don't know. I got this from my facts.
Okay.
These are facts.
I don't know. I think Bruce facts.
Oh, yeah, Bruce facts.
Maybe it's an underground Coke thing.
Well,
an
there's a reason why those two countries don't have Coca-Cola. And it's because these countries are under long-term U.S. trade embargoes. So, there's issues with the trade.
Yeah, they digging tunnels and smuggling it in. Coke's good shit, dude.
You really think that, do you think that they, hide stuff in their lockers?
Yeah.
Like a Snickers bar?
I used to have a maid in Korea that used to charge me. All she wanted was instant coffee. American instant coffee, like Maxwell House, like that free-dried cheap shit. But to them, over there, they can't get it. So it was like gold. So she'd be like, and we had this huge apartment, 5 bedrooms. And she's like, I'll clean your whole apartment for $40 and 2 cans of that coffee. And she'd do the laundry, everything. And it'd be like a spring cleaning once a week for, $60 worth of shit. But she had to have that coffee. If you didn't have the coffee, deals off. She didn't care about the money.
Miss Sue.
Yep, Miss Sue. I love that lady. She was great.
She used to beat him up.
Yeah, I used to be DJing over there and practicing all day, kind of like I do here.
You were interrupting her soaps.
Yeah, and my music was interrupted. She used to watch Korean soap operas as she cleaned my house, and my music would interrupt her. So she'd beat the crap out of me, kick me out of my own house, tell me to go smoke or go sit in the park, and she'll be done. She'd come down to get me and be like, "Oh, Mr.
She was great.
My show's over. You come in, go back to work."
She gave me massages. No happy ending, but she gave me massages. It was good.
No lemon pledge. No
Tell you
lemon
what, though,
pledge.
she did that every day for at least 10 families
Yep. She would spend like a couple of hours at each,
at each house.
because, when you live in apartments, they're connected and they're all like in one like unit. So you have like, this one in particular was just like a bunch of different buildings, like all in like one, like,
Each of them
Quad.
were five-story buildings with maybe, 4 giant apartments on each floor. So 5 floors times 4, 5 times 4 is
probably
20.
more than that too.
Funny.
And I think the buildings went up to I.
J. We were J.
Okay, so the buildings went up to J. So 2 times J.
J.
There's 26 letters in the alphabet, so you go to divide J, add an A, 10.
10. J is 10.
10
Okay.
Z squared.
So 10 times 20.
That's 200.
So there's 200 houses.
Dang.
Well,
Squared.
there was a group of ladies, that would go and clean
Yeah,
the
they're actually
apartments.
called Ajimans.
Moms.
Ajimans.
I thought it was mom.
No, Ajiman.
I was cool.
Ajiman, it's like a mother, like an old lady, like a nanny. And then they do cleaning, and they're like maids, but they're like all private. They walk around, and they're badass people. I love Korea. All right, next. It's a crazy
I was
show.
reliving Miss Sue.
I know, Miss Sue, McDonald's. The time I ate them dogs.
Bulgogi.
All right, I'll tell one Korean story, and then we'll move on. So, I got this
Be on
huge
the floor.
DJ gig at this ballroom. Okay, so I'm in the middle of the party, and it's catered, and it's like, everybody's wearing suit and ties, and they're serving everything, and the whole party, and they're like, okay, the DJ can eat, and everybody working and stuff, can go through and eat. So I started putting, like, it looked like steak-um meat with like garlic and peppers and onions just on a chafing dish,
It's
Okay.
kind of like a beef cube or something, like a beef.
No, they were like beef strips.
Yeah, kind of like you get in like beef and broccoli.
Steak-ums. It was like steak-um meat. So I threw a bunch of it on my plate, and this little Korean girl sitting there has her mouth covered, and she's laughing her ass off at me. And I can't read nothing because they don't write letters. They like their whole sentence is like
Hieroglyphics.
it's like a little
Characters.
picture.
They call them characters.
So
Yep.
I ate a whole plate of the shit, and it was banging. So I go up, I get some more rice, I get another plate, and she's laughing her ass off at me. And I says, what's so funny? And she says, I don't think you know what you're eating. I says, well, what do you mean? She says, what is that? And I was like, beef. And she's like, oh, no. She says, bulgogi. And I says, bulgogi. I said, what the hell's bulgogi? And they're all laughing at me. Bulgogi's beef. Bulgogi is dog. So I just wolfed down 2 giant plates of dog. Didn't even know.
And he liked it,
It was garlic. It tastes like Slim Jims.
just like chicken.
I didn't go back for a 3rd plate. Once I found out, I was kind of, but I mean, it being a fancy place, and that's just, the way it was over there. But yeah, I did that once. It ain't like I go around eating dogs.
But it did give you bragging rights.
It does, because I've been telling that every time. I ate a
We
dog
punished
once.
our dogs by telling them that.
I'm like, I
I mean,
was,
hey, you don't go out eating friggin' beetles, but in a survival situation, you're gonna eat that beetle.
But you know what? I looked at it this way too. It's a different culture. I'm a guest. I didn't know what I was doing. And, just because I don't do that in my culture, I got to be accepted of their culture. I mean, there's other cultures that are worse than eating a dog. And I'm sure, it's treated just like we treat cows here. So kind of in a way, I mean, it was an experience, so I really can't, as much as I love my dog, it ain't like I'm going to eat him, but,
No regrets. No regrets.
regrets.
So, any idea how big Los Angeles is? Like, by, like, square miles.
I'm going to go
This isn't the question. I'm just asking.
100.
Part of the question.
100 square miles.
100.
420.
420.
Woo!
Close. It's about 500 square miles. Any idea how many people there are in the world?
$4 billion.
Over a trillion.
7.5 billion. It's crazy, right? That's a lot of people. Well,
Yeah.
did you know that if you were to put people shoulder to shoulder, they would fit in Los Angeles?
Really?
What the fuck?
The entire world's population.
You know, I heard a crazy fact. If you took like something stupid like cotton balls, or it was like crazy, and it like goes around the world once or something. Maybe it was like a roll of that tooth fucking string.
Floss?
Yeah, tooth floss, shoelaces. I don't know what it was. Just ignore me. But
Well,
there's
that's
something like
according
that.
to National Geographic. So if you were to put the entire 7.5 billion people shoulder to shoulder, I'm sure like chest to ass too.
Oh.
But so I'm sure it's like, you know, like it's. I'm sure it's gonna be tight.
Brooklyn, what if they
But-
centipede them all?
Ooh.
They'll centipede every person in the world and put them in a spiral in Los Angeles.
Feed him. But yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, I like the centipede movies. I don't know why.
Because
I've
you're
never
sick.
seen them.
Oh, you gotta watch them.
They're sick.
The
Marty.
last one's a little ridiculous with the prison, but they take
They're
all
all a little
prisoners and do it.
ridiculous.
And then the two guys are like, the guards don't like him, and the one guy like gets paired up with a guy with Crohn's disease and shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what the premises of it is, correct?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Well, centipedes. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. In one end, out the other.
Well, you like figured out a way to connect like your esophagus to your anus or some shit.
Feed her.
I could have swore she just said
She
he
did.
fingered.
That's my accent coming out. He figured. Yeah, so gross.
Yeah.
That is a really gross movie, but yeah. So I really thought that was, you know, cool and interesting. Just like that there are more twins now than ever before.
That's because of radiation.
No.
Yeah. It messes with a woman's uterus and they have double eggs. It's like putting somebody in a microwave to get a big eye and shit.
It's like alien.
Yeah.
It's on the internet, so it's got to be true.
Well,
Remember?
it's actually because science. Because we've been able to do the in vitros.
That's radiation.
It's not radiation.
That's where they put the uranium.
Uranus.
No, not Uranus.
But yeah, so because we're able to do the in vitro fertilization, a lot of times that more fertilized eggs get entered into the woman. I actually knew somebody who was pregnant with 5 kids because of in vitro.
Ain't that a song?
What song
I'm
would that
thinking about-
possibly be?
Mr. El Gato, Mr. Roboto. For some reason, El Vitro. It's like,
Domo Orugato, Mr. Roboto?
yeah, Domo El Gato, Mr. El Vitro.
No, it's Mr. Roboto. Mr. Roboto.
All right. Well, you know, I'm shot, tired. Doing the podcast thing. Yeah.
Lies.
Yeah. Big lies. Giant lies.
This is all pre-recorded.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Out of all of the countries in the world, what country do you think is the most visited?
Ooh. Dang. I know where I want to go.
Where is that?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, probably Denver. I'd go over there and hang out.
Anywhere in the world, and you want to go to Denver?
Yeah.
Okay.
Africa?
Lions and tigers and bears. Country, though. Most visited country in the world. I'm going to go with Japan.
Japan.
Yeah. Because it's the most technical and advanced country in the world. Or one of them.
I'd want to go to Ireland or Scotland.
I thought the question was, what is the most visited?
Well, no, but
not
you-
where Brooklyn wants to go.
You just told me where you wanted to go, Colorado.
Well, I'm a co-host. I don't count. You just was talk over me.
No, but as part of the conversation, you know, if you think, like, what would you think? Well, it's France, jerk.
Wow.
Oh.
You didn't even let Marty answer.
No, I'm just gonna stay in my cave over here. It's safe.
Yeah. See, I'm rooting for you. I said you didn't
No,
even
you
let
said
him.
something.
Did I?
Yeah.
I must
forget
have been
what it
grunting like a
was.
bear in my cave.
You said Africa.
Yeah, Africa. And Bruce messed it up.
Yeah. I thought we were talking about where we wanted to go. But yeah, no, I don't know where I would probably want to go. I'd probably want to go to like Greenland, something like that. You know what I mean? Some place that there's just not a lot of people going, and I like cold weather, so I would just enjoy it.
The Canary Islands. Who's heard of the Canary Islands?
Me?
I think so.
Okay. So you hear the word canary. What do you think the island was named after?
Tigers? Fucking birds, yo. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd have to go with birds.
Well, they're named after dogs, believe it or not.
What the fuck?
Yeah. It was actually
Wait.
named after dogs. It is off the coast of northwestern Africa, which is like it's actually like a part of Spain. Okay, and in Spanish, the area's name is Illas Canarias, which comes from the Latin phrase "Canary Insula" for the island of dogs.
Yeah, okay.
No hablo any of those.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That really
Yeah,
blew
no.
my mind right there.
Yeah. I was thinking if I had a sponge to wash my brain out with later.
Marty got himself a button right there. That was funny. That's how we do it.
Don't tell me how to push your buttons.
That's right. You got to earn these buttons.
Now,
These are normally host buttons. When the host says something, it juices me up. It makes me look funny. So
I'm gonna get my own buttons.
for a guest
push
to
my
get a
own
button,
buttons.
I mean, you had to do something good to really get a button. Hey, Bruce did something good.
So, I'm a whopping 5'3" in height. Marty, how tall are you?
I am 6'7". No, I'm
6'7".
5'4".
5'4".
Yeah,
Well, you're
little-
taller than me.
A little 6'7".
You're taller than I am. What about you, Bruce?
What are we talking about? Wiener size?
No. Yeah,
Oh.
I got a freaking 5'3" dick.
I don't know.
Let's
Chicks
take a
can
guess.
strap on anything.
Pegging. Look it up. Look up pegging. I didn't know what it was until I saw it on Twitter.
No.
Nope. 5'10".
What?
That's how tall I am. How tall do you think I was?
5'6".
Really?
I think it's always because you were just like hunched. Because we were always working so much, you know what I mean?
You know what it is too? I probably always look smaller than you. Since I was the boss, I always made you go on the ladders.
Well, I was always the smallest guy.
But that's why you were always on a ladder looking down on me.
Well, what country do you guys think? Stupid. What country do you guys think is home to the shortest people in the world?
New Jersey.
Country.
America. Because that's where New Jersey lives. No, there's
What's
dwarf.
that?
There's Dwarftown in New Jersey.
There's Dwarftown. According to Allie,
Right underneath the George
there
Washington
is
Bridge.
several. She sent me a link, and there are several dwarf towns. There's one in New Jersey, and then there's other ones in other places.
But I visited the one in New Jersey, so I'm going to say USA. Got
Marty.
the shortest shorts.
The short shorts.
The shorty shorts.
Now I got that commercial stuck in my hair, my head, my hair.
We're fucking dumb. I love this show.
Wear short shorts.
I don't know.
Just say New Jersey.
It's Indonesia.
That's some bullshit.
The average adult, when taking both genders into account, is ready for this? Hey, Marty, you'd be a giant.
Yes.
5'1".
Average adult, 5'1". What would they do? That was like when I lived in Korea. I felt so huge.
You were?
And then, like, I lived in this huge city, you know, and it was everywhere you go, someone was touching your shoulder or something. So when I would cross the street and all the crowd was coming at you and, like, the big crosswalks, it was like I felt like Moses parting the sea. They would just step out of my way. It was like I was a giant. And all these little, they would look up at you and shit, and they'd all laugh at me because, like, I look so different than them all. You know what I mean? And
Right.
And you were bigger, too. Like, you know, like, they like, and you're not. You're a skinny guy. And they were always saying that you were too fat, too.
yeah, I couldn't fit in their clothes, or I would go to buy suits and stuff, and they were like, "Get out of my store, you're fat." I was just like, "What?"
They would cross their arms and go, "No, too fat, too fat." But you're not.
And then I would pull out money and go, extra money.
No.
Extra money.
They just kick you out
They
the
didn't
store.
make
They don't
it.
care. They don't make it. And like I said, I'm really in America. I'm not a big guy. I mean, I'm trim. That's what I like to call that shit. Trim and sporty. If you're listening, ladies.
He's got a great dad bod.
No, I don't even got a gut. I stopped.
Sexy
That was,
dad
that was
bod.
me like 10 years ago.
Go. I'm ready to go back to high school. I look so good.
You do. Very sexy.
I caught myself in the mirror the other day. Damn!
Uh-oh.
Shit was on.
He was like, "You better work. Come on, girl."
The cocoa
Work
butter
it,
came
girl."
right out. That shit was on.
And now the truth comes out about how that
Right?
wrist got hurt.
For real. That's what it was. He put the lotion
Cocoa
on the
butter
skin.
On the rub. On the rub.
And I was hydrating.
So you got like a quiet area where you do all of your stuff, right?
Kind of.
I mean,
hard
it's quieter
yeah.
than a house of kids.
Yeah.
And then we have our studio here. We have like the foam up, so it's it's fairly quiet. I mean, every so often we'll hear the train,
Choo choo.
but there is actually. You're so fucking
That
stupid
got
tonight.
derailed quick.
Wow.
I'm crazy.
You need to watch
was
some
a
education.
locomotive
You
with
need
me.
to listen to this. This is educational. You can learn you some.
Learn you some.
Learn me some. I don't even know what my last sentence is.
I know. I knew it. I was talking about the quiet room. And there is actually the world's quietest room. They've actually measured it. And can anybody guess where it is?
Russia.
Delaware Water Gap, Pennsylvania.
Good answer.
I'm curious
Family
as
Feud
to what
did.
made you say that.
What, maybe I was in a sound room in a testing room where they test all the radiation for like that comes out of electronics, like cell phones. When cell phones first started coming out, microwaves and all that stuff like that. So you go into this building. The building's built without nails, without any metal in it. The building is shaped like a pyramid. I think Marty's it's in his neck of the woods, so he's probably driven. It's right there on the river on Interstate 80.
It's like a brown, right?
I don't know what color it used to be or whatever, but there's a triangle building back there. Inside that triangle building is all foam, and the foam comes out of the walls a good 5 foot in triangles. It's like a spiked room. It's crazy. It looked like you would die in there if it wasn't made out of foam. And there's only a little path in the middle that's maybe 1 foot. Like you couldn't stand with. You got to have 1 foot in front of the other and walk down this little path, and there's a little podium in the middle, and you put whatever product on that podium, and then if you go in there and close the door and stuff, you'll get sick.
Do these lasers come out like in Resident Evil and chop you up?
No, what happens is it's so quiet that you can hear your own blood flowing. And
That's crazy.
The resonant frequency.
It'll drive you insane within like minutes.
Jesus.
Yep.
Just hearing the inside of your body. You can hear every organ and your blood go at the same time.
I don't think I could. I couldn't do it.
They actually play music in there when people are in there, so that can't happen, because in case the door closes or something and you get stuck in there, you would literally go insane in like minutes.
Oh, could you imagine?
Oh, hell no.
So even though that's a radiation testing room,
you think that's it?
That might be it.
Well, it's actually Microsoft headquarters in Washington. There's a room there. It is built to actually be the quietest room in the world. And it's located in Redmond, Washington. And the room is a lab, and it measures the background of noise of negative 20.35 dBA, which is 20 decibels below the threshold of human hearing, and breaks previous records for spaces that were deemed the planet's quietest places, according to CNN.
Huh. Well, maybe it broke the record of the one I'm talking about.
That could very well be true.
And I know the company that I'm talking about, I know they closed up. I mean, you're talking 30 years ago, 20 years ago, or some shit like that. So, maybe I got old facts. Bruce with the old facts.
Well, no, I mean, going to with what you were saying, most people find the absence of sound deafening. They feel a sense of fullness in their ears or something ringing. Very faint sounds become clearly audible because of the ambient noise is exceptionally low. And then when you turn your head, you can hear that motion, and you can hear yourself breathing, and it sounds like really, really loud. Kind of like how I kept on talking about like my nose in the mic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe I should have just turned your headphones down.
No, because I'm pretty sure that everybody can hear it too.
Ooh. Talk to the sound guy.
I don't know if I'm just deaf, but I didn't hear a thing.
What?
Yeah, exactly. This guy can't hear me.
Yeah.
But think about it. You're like, that would be like your blood pumping, right?
I wanted to do it. They wouldn't let me. I was like, just 10 seconds then. And they're like, no. But if that would have happened, it's like, probably because they had like government jobs and shit. So like everything's on camera and logged. So if that would have happened, like fucking around in there, they probably would have lost their shit or whatever. Because I think I remember it was like
I want to go in.
It was like one of the only testing places in the world for that kind of stuff at the time. And that was like first when them Nokia phones came out that you play Snake on and shit, them real popular ones.
Yep.
We used to make one of these parts that went inside them. But that was like the only frequency testing place on the East Coast. It was a crazy important place. And I got to go in there like 2-3 times. It was like badass, but they didn't let me fuck with none. I just got to like see shit. Kind of like, hey, come with me. You're not supposed to be in here, but since you work here, it's kind of cool. But check this out, but get the fuck out, It's one of those deals. Knew somebody.
Yeah, I'd love to just go in there for like 5-10 minutes with just a video camera and talk to myself.
Fuck that. I want to go in there with my Pioneer rig and close the door.
Word. Make some cool sound effects.
I just go in there with my techno and some Yamaha speakers and just have at it. Just bang my head. Till blood come out my ears or some shit. It'd be fun.
It's all foam.
I know, but it's going to be like, you know what I mean? It's going to be so loud. Like when I phone this room, I could stick my head in a spot in the room where I can't, it just goes deaf. I can't hear nothing but the music. And then there's other spots in the room where all the bad frequencies go. And you'll sit there, it'll sit there and vibrate your eardrums and shit. And
it always seems to find me in my eardrums. And my ear hair like hurts.
That's where I keep Brooklyn's chair. That's why she stay up out of here.
Hey, you know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese in Paris?
Royale with cheese.
Anybody know why?
Because it was in that movie with that dude. Because it's the fucking metric system.
Did you know, right, the metric system?
The whole world's on it except for America.
There are actually 3 countries
Really?
that don't use the metric system.
Let's guess those. That'll be a fun game. What do you think, Marty? 3 countries that don't use the metric system. Obviously, one's USA, so we need 2 answers.
England?
Okay.
No, they do.
I'm going to say Canada's one, because they like to be like America.
Canada.
They got loonies and toonies.
No, but half of Canada is French. Half of Canada is like America. So I'm going to say the west 2 provinces that are like A and
So, like, Quebec is going to go with France.
Quebec will be on the metric system, but I think the rest of the country might be on SAE.
What say you, Marty?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a pretty good.
That is a good one.
Well, the answers are obviously the United States.
Oh,
Right.
I got a bell. Hold on. No, I don't got one. Go ahead.
What the heck was that about?
Well,
Did you just tweak?
I did. Well, I was going to hit the bell because we got the answer right, and then I looked at the buttons, and they're all different colors, and I don't know which one's which, so I'm not going to hit nothing. I'll just go ahead.
Okay.
I know that one.
Well, so we got the United States. We've got this one country that I'd never heard of. I don't know where it is. Myanmar. Myanmar.
Yeah, they're total wannabes.
And Liberia.
Liberia?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are they on their own, or are they on America's?
They're on the same stuff as us, but actually recently in Liberia, they are working to adapt the metric system in order to promote accountability and transparency in trade.
I don't know about you, Marty, but I know when I grew up, all I heard from my dad, and your dad's probably my dad's age, so they're around the same generation. You know, you can't buy metric, it's junk, and I won't own a metric tool in my toolbox and all that other crap. And I got into a lot of metric cars and bikes and stuff like that, and I love the metric system, man. 1 to 100. Bam. Numbers are numbers.
Yep.
And really, you don't need nothing but a 10 and a 4. And you're kind of good. You know, you go, 9/16, 5/16, 3/8, 7/6. Yeah, I mean, why do you got to make it so difficult? What's wrong with 5, 6? Let me get a number 8. Easy, like McDonald's.
Yep, and then they have like 3 different variations of those.
Yeah.
And they have the half fractional sizes. Dude, I was looking at my
30
my buddy's
seconds, thousandths of an inch and shit.
It's insane, the tools. But yeah, no, like even when I play video games, like racing games, I switch from miles to kilometers.
Yeah.
I used to do that on my motorcycle to think I was going faster.
Stupid.
I don't know. It made me feel like
Did it
Fast and
work?
Furious. Yeah, I guess. I never look at this shit anyway.
I was gonna say neither did I look at my flame sticker, but I know it at least gave me 5 miles per hour.
They do.
Does any of you have like one word that no matter how much you try to say it, you can't say it at all? Like you just always fuck it up.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, I mess up a lot of words.
No, that was my word. No,
Like I can't say. No, if I slow it down, obviously I can say it, but I can't say it like when it comes into a sentence. I just say it weird. Variety.
Rarity.
I always say like rarity.
Rarity. You say a lot of words, but you have a thick.
I do. I
New York
really,
accent.
really, my accent is really, really bad.
And then you were with me, and we lived all over the damn planet. So we have multiple accents from multiple places. We're like Southern Asian, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Dutch, California people.
Do you have any, Marty?
Mario. Everybody always bitches at me about how
Mario.
I say Mario. Yep.
You want to know mine?
What's yours?
Orange.
Orange?
That's what I fucking said.
What's wrong with how you say orange?
Everybody told me all my life I say orange wrong.
I don't think so.
Silly fucks.
How many, so he talked that there's 7.5 billion people in the world, right? And if you break it down by the second,
Break it down now.
ready? 4 babies are born every second. 2 people die every second. So on average, why would you cricket me?
I did wrong button.
On average, we are getting 2 people every second. The more you know.
That's where the crickets came from.
You were trying to do the more you know?
I was. You know what it is? I'm used to different buttons. And now that we're back on these buttons, these are really colorful. And I like pushing them. It's kind of like Simon Says without the Simon.
Like
He's
the
just pushing
game?
everybody's buttons.
The Simon game? Like they're... dun, 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 dun.
I was good at that.
I used to have to like bounce with it. You know what I mean? Like down.
And I was gonna say,
Down.
Brooklyn got to a 3-sound pattern, and I seen the puzzled look come across your face. I don't want to hear how good you was.
Well, I was like 5, so I was like a badass and shit like that.
Badass at Simon.
Pop it.
That shit wasn't
Dude,
invented when I was a kid.
I aced the Bop It. I did the Bop It. Like, I top scored it. Nobody can beat my top score because it only goes up to 100.
Well, now there's so many different variations of the bop it. There was like the original, then the twist, then there was like the one that was like in like the weird like throwing star shape that was like 5 of them or something like that. It was like
What?
I remember. It was
Yeah.
really cool.
What the
We have the Bop It with the twist, but it's like a party one. So you can set it in a party mode, and it's like Bop It, twist it,
And then
fuck
you
it,
pass it
throw
around,
it,
yeah.
you know.
Suck it.
throw this game into a tub and then do it again.
Shove this up your ass. Boof
Turn it.
Boof it.
Twist it. Right hand
Pull
yellow.
it.
No.
Oh, shit. I hope you don't get boof it and pull it at the same time. Wow. That'd be fucking yourself.
Speaking of a boof and pull,
A boof and
Oh
pull.
God,
Joe Exotic. Do you know who Joe Exotic is?
the Tiger King.
Right. I just read that he has a team of lawyers and people who are working on his case, going to President Trump and asking Trump to pardon him because he was sexually assaulted in prison.
I thought that bitch was gay.
He is.
So what is she crying
He also
for?
got married to 2 men.
Yeah, but why is he
Yes.
crying? How if
Because
you
it's not
gay?
no, just because you're gay doesn't mean you like getting raped.
Yeah, but
He was sexually assaulted.
I think that Joe dude. I'm gonna tell you about Joe.
Why'd you smack your gums?
Cause fuck Joe. Listen. He,
Bruce refuses to watch the Tiger King.
he like the dude that got the primer fucking Camaro and still think he a badass. You know what I mean?
It's pretty badass.
He ain't even got the shiny shit, and he got like a half mullet. So that's he fake.
And he has
It's
an
all
underwear
fake.
line coming out with his face on the crotch.
Yes, he has shit like that, but he crying he getting assaulted in prison. They beating his ass in prison because he's fake.
Well, he's older too,
They beat
and
him.
he's very
Well, again,
flamboyant.
he staged a lot of stuff for like his videos and stuff like that. Like
He didn't even sing the songs. He like Milli Vanilli'd it.
He's a fake, man. Fake and the fakers. Fake and
But
tiger.
yeah, I thought that was interesting.
He didn't even have real tigers, dude. He just cut Tony out of the boxes and stood him up in the woods and was like, look, I'm the Tiger King and shit. That shit was cardboard. I saw the fucking handkerchief and the little puff cloud saying, great.
Great.
What was it? Because I saw tigers. And tigers
God,
so
yeah.
bad. I don't even remember the words. It was some shit like that, though.
Yeah, I just actually recently had watched the TV show.
Dude, it was so interesting. Like, I was
had so many
legitly...
turns.
Well, I was legitly... Yeah, it was like a soap opera. Like, even though it was real... I was like, Don, you Antonio, how could you do that to Maria? Like, it was like a really freaking Spanish soap opera. I was like, holy fuck is going on here? The dude shoots himself? Like, holy crap.
It's like a redneck soap opera.
For real. That's why I was
Yeah.
telling you, like, it sucks, but it's like the best shit I've ever seen in my life.
Bruce don't do TV.
Yeah, no, actually, I even my dad came in on a couple of the episodes, and he got like super hooked into the end of the season.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts.
But,
Dude, and
yeah,
then at his
it's just
husband's...
crazy watching the whole story unfold.
At
You
his
know what I mean?
husband's
You just don't
funeral?
expect it.
Did you hear what he
Oh,
said at
yeah.
his husband's funeral?
Oh,
He was sitting there saying the eulogy, so he's there. He's talking about his husband who died. The husband's mother is in the, like, sitting with the family. He was talking about how his husband just sits there and throws his balls at his face and it made him
oh
laugh.
yeah.
I
Yep.
said, what the fuck is wrong with this dude?
Yep. And then when he got
Balls to the
married,
face.
he invited his late husband's mother
I saw that.
for like a photo appearance to be like, oh, okay, well, she's okay with it.
She wasn't. It was only
Balls to
like
the
4
face.
months later or some shit she said, right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
forget. It's been a couple of months, but yeah. Wow.
Balls to the face.
Moving on, man. Tiger
Dodgeball.
fucking king. Fucking Carol Baskins.
Carol Baskins.
This is something I thought that you would find interesting, Bruce, because I know how you are about the environment and earth and nature. So our ozone layer is expected to make a complete and full recovery in 50 years. Now, this was before coronavirus hit, so it might actually be sooner than that because of all of us stopping, the driving and going out and stuff. But yeah, the ozone layer will make a full recovery in 50 years.
That's awesome news. I do think everybody should stop driving and just go fuck themselves. It would be a much nicer place. You just walk everywhere, maybe ride some like scooters and bikes and shit, and then like
Hey,
all your food and shit, just Amazon it, dude. And they're gonna get drones, so like you could get like dog food, and they'll put it on your porch for you and shit. Like you get that shit in like an hour. They'll fly that shit to your house like meow. They got approved by the FAA, so they're gonna start drone deliveries. Legit. That's
you
fact.
wouldn't even have time for that. If you were just fucking yourself all the time.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about fucking yourself.
I know, you just came out that. I was just like, wow, that's really harsh, man. You harshed a lot of people's mellows there.
That's a podcast classics.
Classics? That's a
Welcome
cutting
to
room
season
floor.
2.
It'll be in the archives.
I think we had this conversation. So, okay. Now, no, we did. We had this conversation, and you think I'm weird.
JR.
Hey, Marty, who is the Queen of England?
Isn't it Queen Elizabeth?
Yes. Does she have any children? Who do you know in that royal family?
Motherfucker, I don't even live there, so I don't
Yeah, like
care.
Princess Diana, Prince Charles,
Right.
Camilla,
I was gonna say, I
fucking
think that she
Harry,
had,
William,
2 sons,
Kate.
2 sons and 2 daughters, right? Or 3 daughters.
2 sons, Diana and Charles.
Oh, look, do you
Had 2 sons.
do you follow them? Like you need to know what's going on?
No, but if there was a big wedding, you would watch it,
Yeah.
right? Because it's like, oh, something happened in the world.
He said, no, I won't watch that either. What the
fuck that shit.
I don't even live in Australia, man.
So
what do I care about the Queen for?
In total in the world, 43 countries still have a royal family, and there's like 28 families that rule over 43 countries. And some of them are Japan, which I did not know.
They have a king and queen, emperors.
There's the royal family.
That's emperors and empress, I think, in Japan.
28 royal families that oversee 43 countries. Kind of like how the Queen of England is still oversees Canada.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Australia. Too.
Wait, Japan, yeah. Spain. Swaziland?
Well, it's like South Africa, too. It's like under the Queen, too.
Bhutan. Thailand. Monaco. Sweden. The Netherlands and Liechtenstein.
Sounds like Japan's pretty smart. They picked all the good ones.
Wasn't like China too, like Hong Kong or something, part of that they just like separated and like they made it their own thing now?
Yeah, man. I don't live there.
I could have sworn there was just something about that.
Yeah, man. Now they had big riots and shit over there and craziness. I don't know what happened with that. It was bad too. I know they started shooting people with blue paint so they can catch you later because you were painted. Like they had like the whole armored truck shit come out, and instead of like, you know how like back in the day they used to squirt riders with like the water hose, they would come out and squirt them with a blue paint hose, and everybody would get plastered with paint. So then, you know, by the time they go home, but they can catch you for days because you can't wash the shit off.
Kind of like the ink in the bank.
The bank guns, yeah, but they would dump, like, shoot it at you like a fucking fire hose.
Fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I feel like a Smurf for days.
That's pretty much how it was.
Wow.
That's the only thing I know about what you're talking about.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Dude, I'd be out there, like, scooping it up into, like, buckets
Hmm.
to just, like, hit somebody, like, a week later. Just like,
Random.
Blue Man Gang.
You're in my gang now, bitch.
You're like, Splash, guess who goes to jail now? Na, 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 na.
We're the Blue Man Crew. Speaking of China, though, so pandas come from China.
Yo, imagine the COs, though, in that prison, and you walking by, like, in booking and shit, and there's, like, 40 guys sitting there on the bench blue, and you'd be like, yo, feeling blue boys?
What's the matter? Feeling blue.
Guy's looking a little blue today. All right, I'm done. Move on.
Pandas come from China. So we have pandas, you know, in zoos everywhere, right? Did you know that all the pandas in all the zoos around the world are on loan from China?
Really?
Yep.
So you gotta like pay?
They're loaning us.
Oh, we're like borrowing them.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool.
They are all property of the government of China.
Interesting.
Yep. Yeah, there's actually, I think, a couple of different animals that are like that.
Huh. I didn't know stuff like that. I know who jellyfish belong to.
Who?
Aliens.
Uh-oh.
It's true, though. I study them. They only fly upside down. I'm serious.
I really tried to hold that in.
You ever see jellyfish fly upright? Nope. They're aliens. Only aliens fly upside down.
That's like that Dumbo when I see an elephant fly.
That's big ears, yo. Stupid.
What is the language that most people speak?
I think the most popular language is Spanish.
Marty?
I'm going to go with sign language. I'm always flipping somebody the bird.
That was a good one. That was some funny shit.
It is Mandarin. Chinese.
Mandarin. Well,
Ni
That's-
hao.
that's because the
That's what I know.
electoral college, though.
What?
Yeah, because there's so many people there. Like, they're the most populated country, so obviously that many people speak that language because there's more people there. You know, there's less people. I think the most popular language, they always told me, was Spanish.
Nope. 950 million native speakers and an additional 200 million people speak Mandarin Chinese as a second language. It is the most popular language in the whole world.
That's electoral college type shit right there.
No, I can speak some.
Because we live
Yeah,
there. Marty
a lot
never
of,
lived there. Can you speak some?
I'm not very good.
Yeah.
I watched Ni Hao Kai Lan, bitch. That's how I know.
I do watch a very diverse amount of streamers, and a lot of streamers, depending on the games and the the regions that they're getting their servers out of, they will learn how to speak other languages, which Chinese is definitely one of the major ones I see people learning.
Right.
Yeah. Well, gaming's big. Even way back when we were over there, they have like gaming cafes and shit where you just go in and play video games.
Yep.
So,
Yep. Well, like I have a whole bunch of like older game consoles that were like computers basically, so it's just the programs, and there are a whole bunch of different like Chinese and Japanese and like stuff that wasn't released out of the country. Korea, I had found they had a game console that wasn't released out of their country that I was able to get digitally.
I can speak Korean too. Just patting myself all over the place in the back.
me too.
안녕하세요.
Nah. That's a real word, dude.
It means yes.
It means like 10 things. The words is like their sentences. The words are just pictures. So you could use pictures in your mouth and say a whole sentence was just like, nay.
No.
I just did that. Brooklyn hater. Brooklyn hates on Bruce.
No, I don't.
Hard.
I'm trying hard not to laugh too much because I'm trying not to like crazily override the microphone with like my breath.
Ride that microphone with your breath.
So here's a cool fact. I thought this is one of the last ones that I have for the night, to be honest with you. Well, no, I have a few. I do have a few. It's not like it's like second to last or anything. I have a few more, but Genghis Khan. What was he famous for besides pillaging?
Genghis Khan. Who do you even... I don't even know who Genghis... A Viking? Like a Mongolian?
He was like a Mongolian, I think. Yeah, Mongol.
Didn't he like bring like the mongrels and like something else together right before he went on that like conquest?
Yeah, well, he was like a crazy pillager. I mean, he would go to all of these, villages, and he would rape and torture and whatever, just to go through. And he raped so many women that one in every 200 men in the world is a direct descendant of Genghis Khan.
That's what's gonna happen with DJ Bruce.
How fucked up is that?
No, not really. Just playing.
I think Bruce is related to Genghis Khan. He's got those Chinese eyes.
I have crazy Asian features.
You do.
I do.
You do.
I know I do. I'm like...
I think you're related to Genghis Khan.
I think I'm...
We need to 21 and... What is that? Ancestry.com?
I'm quarter Asian, probably. I like that shit. And I look like that shit. And I know karate, so watch out. Black belt, bitches.
Blackfoot Indian, Italian, Irish, German,
Yo,
aka Mutt.
I karate chopped somebody once.
Did you?
Right in the neck.
In the neck?
Yup.
Did they die?
No.
What happened?
Nothing. I punched him next.
Were you like, judo chop?
No.
Here's a sad story. This doesn't leave this podcast.
All right.
We'll
To our
keep it
millions
quiet.
of listeners.
We'll keep it quiet.
You know Liu Kang from Mortal Kombat, where he does that like kicking
Yeah.
across the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Did
not
you
a-
try to
not
roundhouse
a-
kick somebody?
It's not even roundhouse. You lift both feet off the ground.
That's like airwalking.
You do nothing but connect, hurt, and then hurt yourself.
Did you do it? Did you do it?
Oh yeah, I did it.
How far did you get before you fell?
He got the person and then fell.
Oh, I got him up in the chest. I was up like a good 4 feet, hit him both feet in the chest, and then I just fell right to the floor.
What happened to
He
the
got
guy?
up, and I was like, he slammed into a wall and slid down, and then got back up and looked at me because he didn't expect me to do anything.
Was there somebody in the crowd going, "Finish him"?
Once I had somebody in the crowd way back in the day before I went to the clink, and they were like, "Don't finish him."
Don't finish him.
Thank God I listened.
Wow. Man.
Word.
Crazy.
Knock on some wood.
Ants.
Ants. Dude, we got
Ants?
velvet ants. You know what a velvet ant is?
No.
Dude, they suck.
They
It's
sound-
AKA the cow killer or the velvet wasp. So what it is it's about the size of a carpenter bee.
Okay.
It's about the size of that, but it's a wasp. But it don't have wings, so it crawls on the ground and lives in the ground like an ant. But it's not an ant because it's a wasp. And if one of them stings a cow, it takes down a cow and kills it.
Dude.
Yeah, my yard's infested with them and rattlesnakes.
Yeah, we're getting, I forget, some type of poisonous snake is taking over in the area.
Yeah, we got copperhead,
Yeah.
but it's you have to wear shoe season.
Yeah. That's also one of the main reasons we built a deck around our pool. And that was one of the main reasons was so that we could walk, kind of in the yard and not be in the yard.
But yeah, they're pretty too. They're black and they're fuzzy as fuck.
It's like a pipe cleaner.
Yeah, it looks like a pipe cleaner, and it's black with a bright red stripe.
Or one of those caterpillars. You know the caterpillars that I'm talking about? They're really
The little fluffy
furry.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but these it's like a wasp that looks like that, but it's black with a bright red stripe, like fire engine red.
Oh.
Yeah, scary, and they crawling all around this bitch. Not inside or nothing, out in the grass and shit. That's where we live.
How many ants do you think we have in the world? As a species. Not that's including all of its, branches.
Wow,
Quadrillions?
as many as stars.
You're right, Marty. 10 quadrillion individual ants are crawling around at any given time.
Who the fuck counted that?
I don't know.
Who goes around counting ants?
Wildlife
It's-
presenter Chris Packman.
He was like
It's
one,
definitely
two.
a hypothesis based on, I mean, there's no way you could ever figure that the fuck out.
There's got to be
But,
some sort of formula or something.
Hell,
I mean,
he
again,
counted
you
each
can-
one.
You can scan the ground. I mean, we have satellites that, they can go up to 500 feet in the ground and find gold and metal items.
Yeah.
It's really crazy, but I mean,
That's why you got to keep aluminum foil inside your hat so the same satellite can scan your thoughts, bro.
Well, so if you remember, how many people did I say there were in the world?
7 billion.
7.5 billion. So if you took all 7.5 billion and all 10 quadrillion individual ants and you put them on a scale, it would actually weigh exactly the same.
What? Nuh-uh.
Yup.
You couldn't find a bucket big enough to put all them ants and people in to weigh them.
Francis Ratnieks, a professor of apiculture at the University of Sussex, says that. Here, there you go. He said it, so it happened.
I think he's a quack.
They don't have a big enough scale. That's it. That's just the end of the story. He's fake. He's like some Bill Nye shit. I'll just
Listen,
make
Bill
shit
Nye
up
shit.
because on TV. TV makes me say shit. It's kind of like my podcast.
So who's hungry now?
I am a little bit, but I ate late, so we could go on a little.
I don't know why I said that. Interpol. So who's heard of Interpol?
I have.
And what's Interpol?
Marty. Bruce been talking a lot.
It's the federal agency, like the FBI for England.
Right, and like all Europe, I believe.
Yeah.
It actually began.
I thought it was for the whole world, though.
It's like it's the whole world, but the United States and like a few other countries.
Like the metric system
United
only.
Nations.
Yeah. It's like just metric system cops.
Right.
Okay.
Well, it began in 1914. And what they used to do, I guess, back then was from 24 countries, legal professionals would get together and just like hang out, and they would discuss catching fugitives. And that's kind of like those 24 individuals that would go, like that was the very beginning there of Interpol. I have like a burp in my throat. And it's like stuck, so it's not coming out. So it's like I was trying to hold it down while I was saying Interpol.
I have a burp stuck in my throat.
Did you ever get it? It's like stuck like lower.
Live on the air with Bruce in Brooklyn and a burp stuck in Brooklyn's throat.
It was like just stuck there.
Oh my.
Well, I will take your word for it.
Yeah, we were trying to improve and be all professional for season 2.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
Brooklyn's
It's out the
burps.
window.
Yeah.
Marty's gaming got on the scene. It all went out the window.
Yeah, that's what happened.
So
It's a little lower than 5 foot.
in Indonesia.
Oh, he's from Jersey. Indonesian Jersey.
Hey, don't tell me how to leave Jersey.
So Marty, you've got you're on Twitter.
Yep.
You're on Facebook. Are you on Twitch?
Yes, I am on Twitch. I've only put like a couple of like test streams out and just did like smaller stuff, just like, you know, testing it out, seeing how it ran and everything like that. That was from the actual console when I was doing that. I haven't started doing that from the PC, but I am looking forward to starting to do that now because, again, with my older computer, I was having a hard time just running the one plus some other programs where I can run multiple programs now.
Kind of like it, like all just like you putting it into like the one particular system and then it like branches off into there.
Like a restream.
Well, no, what I'd be doing is I'd be basically using like OBS, Streamlabs OBS, another broadcasting program, and I'd be using all of them to capture all at the same time and stream out all at the same time.
Why not just use one multicast server?
Because a lot of them actually you end up having to pay for, and I do want to pay for one, but I'm looking at a very professional one, and it's about like $700.
Gotcha.
Wow.
But it's for like if I wanted to do like a competition, I could bring like everybody in, and I could have you next to your screen, and you know what I mean. We could all be talking. A whole bunch.
It's kind of
really
like
cool
a Brady
stuff.
Bunch setup.
You know.
Yep.
That's why Facebook's doing what they do, and the free sites. You know, you get so much for free, but then if you pay, you unlock everything. You get all this stuff that are, you know. But that's just what it's Earth. It's just
now,
what it's Earth.
Do you have like a schedule? Because I know you do a lot of lives, right?
It really depends, you know. Like I get into like good moods, and then like my equipment is just, you know, I started out with this computer. I've been upgrading the laptop, and it's been working out for me pretty well. But I just went out and got a top of the line computer. I'm just getting all the settings, like running the games and making sure everything's running smooth, so that like as I'm looking at it, because you know it's gonna stream quality it down a little bit, so it's not gonna look as rough as what I'm looking at a higher frame rate and stuff like that. But it's a lot of work, and you know, it can become very frustrating, and like when you sit there for days and days and days, and you can't figure it out, to realize, like, to go in there and make, an actual, video image of what I wanted to present. I didn't realize that was called a scene.
I can understand that. Bruce goes through that a lot too. Like, especially when they were cutting the stream and stuff. I mean, he was going nuts. Like, he just working so hard and trying to change, maybe this wire and then this and then that. And then, he does it and then he thinks it's going to work and then the computer won't handle it, or, just something stupid happens and then you adjust to it.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's like the audio capture, and I'm still having issues with that. I went out and bought the extra wire, watched the video, still have issues with it. Tried rerunning it, and now I'm missing one more wire, but I could completely reroute it around that now.
Yeah, I gave up on captures. I can't do captures. They just don't hold.
They lag a lot.
Yeah, and everything just jacks up. So what I did around the capture, I went with like a professional bolt-in freaking stereo interface, like a hard unit itself. Yeah. Because OBS, like, even I have cards in my mixers, and all my players and stuff have sound cards and chips and all that other stuff, and OBS will pick it up, but then this site don't take it, and this, you don't get the quality. So you just have to have separate hardware for every little freaking thing you do, which is expensive as fuck.
Yep.
What's got you excited lately, though, about what's been going on in the gaming community?
I mean, realistically, I haven't been keeping up too much on the gaming. I do know Minecraft Dungeon, they're getting a huge update coming up here soon with new biomes and all new stuff, fixing a whole bunch of issues that they'd already previously slightly fixed. They just recently came out with Street Fighter V and PlayerUnknown's Battlefield, which is PUBG, or
PUBG.
Battleground, sorry.
Now, didn't Fortnite have some like crazy ass Thor, some crazy something happened?
That's the new
episode.
That's the new season. Yeah.
I know our kids got the hammer.
Yeah, they went all crazy about it.
Well, I lagged out there a little bit.
That's cool. We're back. You're back.
Yeah, it didn't really affect it here. You're gravy.
Gravy train. All right. Well, for anybody else, if you want to be a guest on our show, shoot us a message, and we'll do our very darndest to make it happen. Make it happen.
Marty didn't get to say his plugs.
Marty's Gaming and such. And you can pretty much find me on every platform and in the description.
Yeah, I figured that was coming. So I didn't let him do his plugs.
Yeah, Marty has like 10,000 plugs. I got extra plugs today, though. Maybe, if I remember.
Yeah, DJ Bruce.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter for my DJ stuff at DJ Bruce 79, and then DJ Bruce on Facebook. And then you can watch me probably, I don't know, 6 hours out of a day on Play DJ TV. I'm either playing audio sets there live, and we got really nice video shows coming up, and lots of stuff in works. I might do some theme stuff and different things, but right now I'm getting used to the platform and figuring some stuff out. But yeah, come over and check it out. It's pretty fun in there. And then, of course, for the super duper uber best place in the world, wonderful Pot of Coffee podcast plugs. And those are Twitter. Follow us at Pot of Coffee 1. We also had our winner on Twitter.
Benny Stoner.
Yep, there's a shout out to her. She won the cherry piece. So
you can also find her on YouTube.
Yep, check her out. She's pretty cool. Yeah, she got the cherries, so they got shipped out, and she gone.
She gone.
Follow Pot of Coffee podcast on YouTube and the Weed Tube and on Facebook. And then if you like our page on Facebook And only if you're cool, though, I'll add you to the group, because the group's pretty cool. And then, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing anymore anyway, so here's your card back, Brooklyn. And your show. I have your show.
You did good. You did good. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since we've been on. Engaging our minds.
Yeah, it was a fun show.
I've been waiting.
Yeah.
Definitely been waiting for season 2, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's good to get. I wanted to give the people take a little break because we pumped out season 1, and season 1 was a lot of work, and then I wanted to learn the new equipment a lot better, and we upgraded in between the 2 seasons. So then, it was good to have that little break, and then gave me some time for my other projects too. But yeah, we're back, and we got a bunch of stuff lined up for this, and I'm sure we'll have you back. I know Brooklyn's got probably most of the season already written. It's just scheduling. Because she's smart like that.
Yo. I got a lot of stuff written down, actually.
Yeah, she's got a good plan, and
I'm a writer, though. I have a book, well, several books in the work. But I've only written like a chapter of each book.
You should take all the books and just put them in one book.
But they're all about different things.
But that'd be cool. It'll be like, at the end of each chapter, do like a pick your story thing. And a book will just be like a big circle.
It'd be a fucking circle jerk.
Dude, let Bruce publish that for you. I'll market it. I got
Lord.
that. So everybody out there, Brooklyn's coming out with a book. So if for $39.99, you could choose your own story that will never end.
This is the story that never ends.
Yeah, you're on the Oprah show.
So-
Look underneath your seat.
And you get a book, and you get a book.
No, just PM us, and then you could PayPal us the money, and we'll print you off one and put it in a nice binder or something, and you'll have fun with it. It'll be cool. We'll sign it.
All right, folks.
We'll sign it.
That's a night.
Yes, sir.
God bless you. Don't let the cops arrest you.
For real, though. Peace.